It's been 277 days, but finally I'm going back to watch the football. I've been going to football my entire life, and 277 days is by far the longest I've gone without setting foot in a football stadium since I was about 2 or 3 years old. So I've really known nothing else. It's been pretty weird. So the last game I went to was the 29th of February in 2020. Obviously, we had a 2-2 draw with Birmingham. Probably should have won, didn't. And didn't think at that point I wouldn't be going back to that stadium for this long, but here we are. But for today, I have been one of the lucky 2,000 to get a ticket to go and see QPR. But the big problem is, I think for me and a lot of football fans, superstition is a massive part of going to football. And I have completely lost track of any possible superstitions I had. So what I thought I'd do today is, as I document my journey to the first game back at the Kind Prince Foundation Stadium this season and since February, I'm going to invent a load more new superstitions. Our friend Carolina of Sweet Carolina's Kitchen and Bar in West Norwood, South London, if you're ever there and want a coffee or something to eat, gifted us this delicious, the pished fish, booze-infused smoked salmon. So I've decided I am going to start a new match day tradition. It's a breakfast one, and it's going to be expensive salmon and scrambled eggs on toast. Let's hope it works. And as an added breakfast bonus superstition, I've got my QPR mug too. Superstition is a huge part, not just for fans, but also for players. You probably already knew that. But when me and John Smith were reading 250 footballer autobiographies for our 2 football books, Booked and Second Yellow, we came across some quite weird superstitions. Colin Palmer, who played for Leeds and Sheffield Wednesday, Southampton, a few other clubs, he used to pop up into the Leeds boardroom and have a tot of brandy immediately before every game. Terry Butcher, who captained England when he was at Ipswich, every Saturday morning before a game when he woke up, he demanded a cup of coffee made in the microwave, specified made in the microwave, delicious, to be brought up to him in bed. That's what his match day ritual. And there's loads of other superstitions and rituals that, a lot of them involve taking a massive dump, reading a programme, putting the shorts on first or last, and throwing up. A lot of throwing up. Even Sir Stanley Matthews, one of England's greatest ever players, threw up before games. That was his thing. Tony Gale, Fulham and West Ham, he also liked to chunder before matches. As far as QPR managers and superstition go, we found a couple of good stories. One, obviously, I knew about Neil Warnock when we won the league in 2011, won the championship. We went unbeaten for our first 19 games, and he was wearing shorts on the first day because it was hot, and he kept wearing shorts. So he was still wearing them in freezing conditions in November and December, and he was quite glad when we finally lost and he could put some trousers on. But the best one we found, I'm not sure if it was a superstition, it could have led to being a superstition had it not worked out so terribly. Jim Smith was QPR's manager in the mid-80s, and we got to the Milk Cup final in 1986, and they were on the team coach. This was from Leroy Rossini's book, and on their way to Wembley, and then suddenly Jim Smith got out a monkey puppet, and he started doing a team talk on the coach with this monkey puppet. He was going, "Oh, boss, who do you think's going to win then?" And stuff like that. Weird. I don't know if that was the voice. Anyway, the monkey predicted that it was going to be dead easy and QPR would beat Oxford 3-0. Unfortunately, That did not happen. We lost 3-0. It was pretty horrendous, and we never like to talk about it. So that never became a superstition. But imagine if we had won 3-0 and Jim Smith for the rest of his career had to do team talks with a monkey puppet. Could have happened. And that's the thing about superstitions. If you make them really elaborate and they work, you have to keep following through and doing them all the time until they stop working. So for today, when I'm inventing all these new superstitions, if it works today and QPR beat Reading, I mean, they're not going to, but if they did, I'd have to keep doing them. So I'm painting myself into a corner here, but I'm going to throw caution to the wind. I'm out in the park. I'm just waiting for Leo to finish his music lesson this morning. It's nowhere near home, but regardless, I'm going to invent another new superstition now. Just over there is a fallen tree, and someone has carved a crocodile into the fallen tree. I'm going to go over there and tap its head as a little superstition. If it works, I'm going to have to keep coming up to this park, which is about 20-25 minutes away from where I live, by scooter, to do that before every QPR match I go to. Okay, on my way to the game now, and a couple of new superstitions I've put in place already. First one is I'm going a completely different way to normal. Normally I go up via Brixton and on the tube. This time I'm going all the way overground via Clapham Junction and West Norwood first. So that's the first thing. I'll have to keep doing that if we win today. And the second one is my QPR mask. I'll be wearing that at the ground. So that's my other superstition. And also, it's important to look out for omens. I've just been walking down this street in southeast London. Normally you might see some Chelsea fans, you might see probably a few Crystal Palace fans around here. I saw a jogger, and as he ran past, I looked and I realised that he had QPR training gear on. That has got to be a good omen. Arrived in the Shepherd's Bush area, and I was supposed to meet my friend Alex. That's who I normally go to see QPR games with. Unfortunately, he's been delayed, which is a shame, because I think we were going to try a new superstition of buying a coffee and walking towards the ground with it. We never tried that one before. So I'm going to head to the ground now by myself down South Africa Road, and obviously if we do win, from now on Alex is going to have to find a way to be delayed to every game that we go to, so it's a bit unfortunate for him, but let's go. So just walking down South Africa Road now. Normally, even at this time, it's about 2:15, there'd be hundreds of people walking down here, milling about. Today, as you can see, very quiet. So it's quite weird. It's weird. We're going normally be, between 11 to 14,000 on an average day. Today is just 2,000, but at least we are going. I can't wait to get in. It's amazing to be back in here. Players are warming up behind me, and it feels quite historic. That's what it feels, This is the first game of fans allowed back here for 277 days. It's quite important for me to be here. It felt like it was something special, and there is already decent atmosphere. Actually, it's amazing. It's going to be amazing how much noise 2,000 people can make. Can't wait for the game to start. So possibly the final new tradition I'm adding today is I'm sitting in the seat of Glyn Roberts. So if we win, I'm going to have to ask Glyn if I can move up and sit in his seat for the rest of the season. Hopefully he won't mind. So they're just playing like old videos of goals and music and stuff up on the big screen. And actually, it was really emotional to watch it. I didn't expect that, but I genuinely had a little bit of a tear in my eye. There was a thing that came up and said, let's start making memories again together. And that's the thing about being a football fan. It makes you ridiculously emotional over, it's essentially a stupid game. So Alex has just joined me. We're in a bubble for this game, so that's fine. Alex, how does it feel?
It's quite emotional, isn't it?
I was just saying that, it genuinely is.
I've never been so emotional walking past the toilets at Robbers Road.
The Energy Road lose. No, we're not in. South Africa Road lose.
Yeah. And also, we're going to have loads of leg space, which we never normally get at games as well.
That's true. We can drape our legs over the seats in front, so that's nice.
Yeah. No, I'm genuinely really excited to do that.
How are you all? So we're in the final minute here. We've just gone 1-0 down, and then Tom Carroll got this sort of half chance. Yeah. Kind of knew it was over at that point. Well, that's the end of the 90 minutes. What a great way to come back to the Guy Prince Foundation Stadium. QPR nil, Reading 1.
Yeah, it was somehow inevitable, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A last-minute winner for Reading. QPR hit the post about 10 minutes before. It's fine margins, Dan.
Yeah, it's a lovely finish, but I think it's their only shot on target.
Yeah.
It's pretty tough to take. But
it's just kind of the classic QPR experience, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been having this a lot this season. But anyway, it's good to be back.
It's great to be back.
Yeah, great to be back. It felt like home losing 1-0.
Are we allowed to have a pint now to drown our sorrows?
Yeah,
I forget.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, at least I don't have to go and pet that crocodile every week. I will see you next time.